It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Politico, this one not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, my ego don't come, my people make you shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come. This man not the off in mind.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Mayegun diary, gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
In this life, if you want to be, or should I say, in this life, you can try to be anything you want. But among the things that you must try never to be is to be an hypocrite. Now, you can be an hypocrite that you yourself is not aware, and you have people telling you, or you are also living in denial of it. Please, there is no self-injustice. There is no self-destruct button. There is no self-hate that can be compared to the hypocrisy that somebody is denying, like a typical Nigerian. Yeah? Share the broadcast. Tonight, we are going to talk more about the hypocrisy that so many of you are living in denial of. But as time goes by, a lot of you are going to be self-aware and possibly you're going to drop it. Hypocrisy, one of the destructive ingredients or gene that you can find in an average Nigerians. A lot of people, I mean, when I was growing up, there was this usual sort of, I won't call it a banter, but it was so effective, right, that it became a prayer point. So they would say to men, fathers, they would say, would you pray for your sons to meet women like your wife, like their mother? Would you? Not everybody will be able to say that. I mean, privately, you know that. Then they will face the women and say, you women, would you pray for your own daughters to meet men like your husband, their father? Would you? Some will say yes, so you know what I mean, but a lot will not. In fact, they won't say amen publicly. So there are a lot of people that will tell you they are patriotic Nigerians. Let us be patriotic about this country. And not be everything that everybody will be this or that. Let us all blah, 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 all those rubbish. Then you begin to ask yourself, if you see this one, they will say it's patriotic. If you see that one, they will say patriotic. And who should be more patriotic to the country than those who have been so benevolent? I mean, those who have been beneficiary, the beneficiaries of the goodies, those that the country have been so good to, mostly the public officials. They are those who are supposed to be 100% patriotic, loyal. But when you look at the state of Nigeria today, and then you look at the criminals who are parading themselves as your leaders, and they want to put, it's like this, you put your criminal leaders, you put Nigeria, and you put patriotism beside it. What you are going to get is just pure hypocrisy. You know that. Because if it is about patriotism, a lot of you will not be fighting to defend politicians. Defending criminals who have made your life hell, and they are still doing it. Yeah? You fight, you defend criminals, you empower them, you bleed for them. Now, when you are done, then you turn to God, that God should come and help you in the hands of the criminals that you are ready to die for. Hypocrisy. And it cut across every state, every minute, every part of a typical Nigerian's life. It doesn't matter if he's educated. Oh, no, that doesn't matter. They fight for God. Are you with me? They will fight and defend God. But when it is time for them to fight their own fight, they leave it for God because they have already surrendered their own sovereignty to the criminals they call leaders. Anyway, it's getting all together. There is this trending video of a pastor that took it to his own congregation, talking about 2023 charade, if you won't mind. I got this earlier, and I think I should share that with you. Let's start from here.
Somebody say, I love Nigeria. Some people are not saying it. It's okay, I understand. And we have to take a decision in about less than 2 months' time.
ṣe ìpinnu kan ní ó dín díẹ̀ ní oṣù méjì sísìn.
I have discovered that it's the society that reproduce the leaders.
Mo tún wá rí i wípé àárín ara wa náà láti mú adarí jáde.
When we shout about the leaders, we are the one that produce them.
Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn adarí àwa náà la mú wọn jáde.
We are the one that put people that we want there.
Àwa náà la ń fẹ́ síbẹ̀.
And they represent who we are.
Wọ́n wá ń sojú irú èèyàn tá a jẹ́.
How many of you, by now, you don't have to say it, you have a candidate in your mind you want to vote for? Can I see your hand? You already thinking. Can I see your hand? Raise it very well. I have already in my mind too. So raise it. I'm not asking you to say it. This is not a political group. Raise it. You are thinking. Okay, let's say it this way. How many of you have a candidate in your mind you wish we win? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Now, those of you that are going to vote, I want to pray a prayer for you. And I want your loud amen. That man you want to vote for, may your children have his character in Jesus' name.
Samuel.
Why are you quiet? Somebody is doing like this.
Why?
You didn't get him. That man you want to vote for. That man you are rooting for. That man you are shouting on Facebook and crying about. May your children have his destiny in Jesus' name. May they act like him. Behave like him. You are not saying amen.
Sami.
Go and think. If you don't want a leader that your children will look like, why do you want to vote for him? If you know you don't want a leader that will be the picture of your own children, why do you want to go and cast your vote for such a person? I want to pray again. Whoever you vote for, their destiny, good or bad, come upon your children. It is well. I said this because I want to take the election serious. Don't put your vote on anybody. Your heart cannot tell you. This is a picture of our future. If you do it, you are bringing a curse upon your children.
Otideshu. That is what they will say in Yoruba. There is no, see, when the market is over, nobody will say it to the blind. They will know that he done the wrap up. But he didn't put the question. I mean, he didn't put the prayer point very well. Me, if I have to put the prayer points, as some of you will say, everyone that is rooting for APC, especially APC, may their lives, the life of their children, be exactly as Bokwari has been managing Nigeria. There is, see, you shouldn't take anything there like, you know what I mean? And same thing goes to all of you. You know why I choose APC? Because they are the one there now. They are the one right there now. So the prayer should go to them first. Then the others should go to all of you. Pro-one Nigerians, Abi. It should go to all of you, where you are going to be like, may the future of your children and children be the destiny, I mean, that you think that person you are holding placard for, you are tearing shirt for, tearing cloth for everywhere because of this 2023. May that future that you think they are bringing, may it be the future of your children and then your children's children. is actually like a plea, but that is not how it works. Because the real thing that works more than us just saying all of what we are saying right now is that the mechanism they use in railroading them into giving up, something like this. Let me show you that. I saw one earlier. I think it must be this.
See what the FPC give us.
People said that one is for APC. APC, Egbekegbe, next 4 years suffering starter pack. Okay? Once they hand you one, lucky you. You've been paid your 4 years. Others are not going to get anything given to them. Okay? They are just going to shout and scream and do all of that. Some are just going to get 1,000 naira. Some are just going to get thank you. And they are going to exist just like Bokwari and gang, just like what they're experiencing right now. You get that? The starter pack, they call it.
See what the FPC give us. And just come in and seems to bring a butter card. And give me one shirt, one key order, oil, pepper, and sardine sachet. Maggi, 10 pieces inside. 2 million. 1 sugar, 1 salt, 1 gari, 1 jerrycan of gari, 1 jerrycan of rice, 1 jerrycan of beans, a rubber for hand. Nothing there again. And this one empty cell, nothing there, sir. See what they give us. See what they tell us for this country.
So before they give you this, what did they ask you?
They just ask me for my butter card. I give them the right, what they want right. Then give me back and carry this one. Give me.
So now we say this one now for the next 4 years now, they don't settle you with that now.
That is settlement with that.
Now they settle me with this. So this one now, how many days you go chop now?
This one 1 day now. This thing you never even say.
And now me say with this one now you go vote APC now.
Me I don't go vote APC.
Why now? Where they don't give you this?
I don't go. I go just collect. If don't give me a collect, I don't go vote APC. What they do us for this 8 years now? It's okay.
It's good now. Anything where they bring collect them. Now you're right. After all, now APC they government.
I go vote for what
they do Christmas for you now.
This one na Christmas, other na New Year gift, I don't know.
So make you vote your conscience. So.
I go
Vote for the one where we say this country go better.
Now what we go vote?
We cannot continue to live in this little things when it go last us 2 days. Therefore, the next 4 years, you will suffer. Your children go suffer. Make everybody share your out. This is happening live now in Ikoyi. They are going about collecting people.
All of that is just to tell you it is happening. It doesn't mean anything that is going to probably change anything for real. A lot of them, as we call them in Nigeria, they are willing accomplice or willing accomplices. Yes. You see those criminals, you see, Tinubu and gang. They are actually not, they won't be powerful as you are seeing them, if not for those who are actually their enablers, the comfortable sufferheads. You know what I mean? And the ones that are always somehow quick to anger in defense of the rogues. But if you tell them that, okay, whatever you are wishing and all of that will be the portion of your children and your children's children, their future and the rest, a lot of them will just sit down there and be like, okay, or they will turn it into a fight. Some will say amen. I mean, I've seen worse. So that pastor in his own church could hear few people. Amen, amen, amen. Like, you know what I mean? And others are like, I reject it. Why are they rejecting? Who did they have in mind? probably majority of them in that church are for Kolu or Atiku. Because you see, disobedient, they have built a sort of a different reality, right? That is so different from whatever the regular one you are used to, I would say. Because I wouldn't understand, or maybe they are actually not interested. I was observing the video and I kept, kind of trying to process it like, what could have made them? Because it's either they are not voting or they are actually for Agbado, Kolu. I'll repeat that again, just for a second.
So, somebody say, I love Nigeria. Some people are not saying it. It's okay, I understand. And we have to take a decision in about less than 2 months' time. I have discovered that it's the society that reproduces the leaders. When we shout about the leaders, we are the one that produce them. We are the one that put people that we want there. And they represent who we are. How many of you, by now, you don't have to say it, you have a candidate in your mind you want to vote for? Can I see your hand? You're already thinking. Can I see your hand? Raise it very well. I have already in my mind too. Raise it. I'm not asking you to say it. This is not a political group. Raise it. You are thinking. Okay, let's say it this way. How many of you have a candidate in your mind you wish we win? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Now, those of you that are going to vote, I want to pray a prayer for you. And I want your loud amen. That man you want to vote for, may your children have his character in Jesus' name.
Samuel.
Why are you quiet? Somebody is doing like this.
Why?
You didn't get him. That man you want to vote for, that man you are rooting for, that man you are shouting on Facebook and crying about, may your children have his destiny in Jesus' name. May they act like him, behave like him. You are not saying amen.
Sami.
Go and think. If you don't want a leader that your children will look like, why do you want to vote for him? If you know you don't want a leader that will be the picture of your own children, why do you want to go and cast your vote for such a person? I want to pray again. Whoever you vote for, let their destiny, good or bad, come upon your children. It is well. I said this because I want to take the election serious. Don't put your vote on anybody. Your heart cannot tell you. This is a picture of our future. If you do it, you are bringing a curse upon your children.
So the hypocrisy there can be smelled in even far away outside the venue where they had that. You know that, yeah? Anyway, let us move a little bit forward. There is, what do you call it? There is this spread, anyway, of the charade, which they call the election. The rigging starting even before the first ballot is cast. I'll show you something before I go to my next topic, okay? A video, this particular one.
Automatically, they are putting it aside. He's not an INEC official. That guy is not an INEC official. Come outside.
They will call you guys. I got camera. I'm suffering with it. Go. Say where the money. What INEC? Oh, okay, sir. You want to beat her? Mama, what's the I don't want you. They give me money. I look like INEC. You know
the INEC. What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? 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 You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you doing inside?
So that seems to be the report or the scene from so many places in southern Nigeria. Yes. Currently, the INEC of Nigeria is considering postponing the election because of security problems. INEC offices are being set ablaze in eastern Nigeria, and they are using that as a means of where we may not be able to conduct the election. So, while in so many places like Lagos and so many parts of northern Nigeria, where a lot of people are going to say they want to receive their PVC, get their PVC, you know what I mean? They are now being like screened out once they realize that your name is Igbo. This is real. That's why I showed you that video. And it's been the same report almost everywhere. You know what I mean? Like outside this eastern Nigeria, they call it rigging before it even starts. Okay? So characters, you are the replica, or should I say, you are the, you are just the same reflection of your own criminal leaders, or your criminal leaders are just reflection of a lot of you. And as they pray, mind you, I'll take this short one using Laya Mo's defense.
My name, as it appears on your CV, is my correct name, which is Lai Mohammed. Please don't believe what they say on the social media. They call me all sorts of names there. I used to ignore it until one day when my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, "Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why did they call you Liar Mohammed?" I looked at him. What do you say to a 7-year-old son? How do you explain politics to him? So I said, no, don't mind them.
Politics make them lie. That's the point he made there. Criminals that have been criminals from when they were young, now that they are old, they haven't stopped. Criminals who wanted to be seen as honorable men and women, but their antecedent, their handwork, the society they lead in ruins, poverty, corruption, terrorism, anarchy everywhere. But they still want you to, to line the road with gold for them to tread on. Bunch of old liars. But anyway, a year ago, what is likely going to be your next 4 years nightmare? Tinubu, a year ago, declared that he wanted to be your president. Just a reminder too.
I can answer that with categorical yes. I've informed the president of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet. I'm still consulting. And I have no problem consulting and I've not set a parameter of limitation to the extent of how many people will I consult. You will soon hear, all you want to hear is a categorical declaration. You've gotten that truth from me that I've informed Mr. President of my ambition. And you don't expect more answers than that.
So that was the genesis of the future Bulaba, Balablu, and then, not being able to even make a deposit for electricity, to generate electricity that can roast corn, for a roasted corn. And the journey is about coming to an end, a dramatic one, a twist that the obedient brought into the heat, I'll say. But in a short while, just a bit of a reminder as well, Tinubu said this.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
High blood pressure. It gives me high blood pressure. It gives me this or that. Now, talking about high blood pressure, Tinubu doesn't have high blood pressure. You know how how did I know that? Shettima came out to try to put some records straight. And you know what he said? He said that Tinubu is healthier than him. Can you believe that? A lot of you are trying to see Tinubu this, Tinubu that, or blah, 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 that Tinubu is even more healthier than him. That Shettima, that he has diabetes. And he also has, what is the second one again? Hypertension. That one didn't say he got his own hypertension from social media. But he said he has it as an health issue. That's a serious stuff. So in order to tell you, and he said, except for that Parkinson that Tinubu is suffering from, and the Parkinson itself is not serious, except for the fact that Tinubu doesn't sleep, lack of sleep. It doesn't sleep like everybody else. I don't know if that one should be, if this should be a UK election or US election, and the vice presidential candidate comes out to say the presidential candidate has early Parkinson disease. And the Parkinson is not that serious. It is just that Tinubu know they sleep, lack of sleep. So the bat don't sleep. I mean, it's so funny, right? It's not funny. It is just to tell you that when you see the willing slaves, enablers of criminals, you can tell that sometimes it is actually beyond their selfishness and greed. Now, Shettima said, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is even healthier than me, as I have diabetes and hypertension, which he has none. Even the early Parkinson disease people talk about is lack of sleep. Watch you. He said, is lack of sleep. Now, I'll tell you what it means. You know that tremor that Tinubu shakes, Tinubu dozes, and sometimes he staggers, he's not balancing, and all that stuff. Shettima is now blaming it on because Tinubu know they sleep. Lack of sleep. Parkinson. Anyway, they are gradually probably, like that pastor said, you are the choice you make. And if you are proud of them, wherever they are using them as a prayer point, the right thing to do is to say amen for whatever reason that brought you to, you know what I mean? So Kolu, Shettima, and the Bokwari, they were in Yobe today. But you know to what happened in Ojota yesterday? A very terrible situation. An unprovoked, attack by the Nigerian police on this peaceful Yoruba nation, rally attendees. Well, it seems that it is actually like a done deal that from that yesterday, okay, people are going to continue to come out and come out and come out until Yoruba nation emerges. There's so much going on behind the scene. I wouldn't mind giving you this particular update before we further our conversation on politics. Now, in the last few weeks, you have been hearing about Baba Akintoye resigned, Adeniran in charge, and then Adeniran resigned. No, Akintoye didn't resign. It was a coup that Adeniran was plotting with other people. It was like a mess. So anyway, Baba Akintoye had this to say after the incident at Ojota yesterday. Yeah, from the Alano.
Program in Nirole, okay, you can't put a kushena, go shed and she from Yoruba, or do something, a shagani. And your mother had the poor lily, and khaki in the Yoruba. The land of secular shit them rally lady, Mokinyo. You know, that done. We pay policy, you turn way. In spite of all the difficulty. During country are gone with a beijing so calendar no motto. Kawama Korani do Tiber, see Sherani, no la that Yamalopa can one you can see are in by a pine or the wounded according to what we hear. More condition and the second one yet. But the important thing is this. Two things are important now. The first thing is your determination to go on. No surrender, no bending, no bending the knee, no surrender, and no looking back, no going back. You want your country, and that is final. Whatever difficulties the Nigerian authorities may create, whatever crimes they may choose to commit in order to stop you, we are going on. So, I want to get the money once of you, okay, but you that you buy a card, disperse, come out of it. I said, no. In fact, more people are coming, according to what we hear. Do a kinyo, go you back in the tower, lady. One don't see me, that's my good news in here. No surrender, no bending the knee, no looking back, no going back. It is men like you, people like you, men and women like you, with strong resolve, with a bending will that achieve great things in history. And God will grant.
Yeah. No bending the knee, no going back, continue, and all that. Which is exactly what happened. People returned back again to Lagos. I mean, it's a little bit rowdy in a way, but there was no death recorded or any kind of, attack at all. Here is a bit of what was captured. And here is another one. And there is even one more. Yeah. Shut up. So, which means, of course, there will be more to see eventually. So, yeah, we should, wish them well, I would say, in all and then wish them, the best and the best of this, best of safety, I would say, because I detest violence. Everybody should probably have known that by now. As long as, we are not putting people's lives in any kind of harm's way or what have you, we wish them all the best. So, now talking about politics again, okay? So today in Yobe, Bokwari was out, Kolu was out, but in their usual, just some short what have you, where what they say is mostly like a clownery, okay? So just let's pick the hint from that, where Bokwari was handing a flag to their supposed candidate. Sorry, yeah. I mean, one from dead body to another. Dead body get the accident. Double wahala for dead body. I mean, you could sit down there and just wish this on yourselves. Seriously? Anyway, so that was in Yobe. But that's not the only thing that happened in Yobe. Talking about the hypocrites who actually love their chains. But it's just that they love their oppressors differently, okay? In that same Yobe, today, this also happened. To destroy is so easy. And for people that have been dipped in a weaponized poverty, trust me, there is no amount of violence that is not built inside them, no matter how illogical they act or reason, right? The system produces them, the system nurtured them, the system weaponized everything that is controlling them. You know that, Abi? It is Nigeria. Meanwhile, somewhere else, where the obedient were also gathered, Obi was in his own old state, the Anambra, where he was a governor for 8 years. And from what we, sort of picked from there, like everywhere else, I'll share that with you. First, let's see this.
By having people who mean well in life. So that we can start changing it. We can't continue this way. Where things, people are just stealing everything. People are, to say that this man stole this amount, this man. No. We want to stop it. Use our resources in a more efficient manner. We're talking about security today. I was going to talk security the other day. I said, let me tell you, what has federal government done to improve security? You're telling them about security. What has government done to improve security? Anambra State is 180 communities. When I use Anambra State, I said, let it be that in all states of Nigeria, that each of them have about 500 communities, which is not possible. Because in the north, some of them have less. But I said, let's say it is 500. Let's say it's 200. Let's say it's 300. Let's say we have 10,000 communities in Nigeria. 10,000 communities. And we decide that these 10,000 communities, we are going to support them by buying one vehicle each. Then, vehicle manufacturing facilities, we want 10,000 pickups. About 15 million naira. And it will cost the government of Nigeria something that is very easy to pay over a period of 1 year. Tell them to form security outlet that will be paid directly by government. Hold every international responsible for its community. We'll give you the money, but you must protect your community. Yes. Of course. We will inform the territorial rulers of the council. That's where you start. If you want to do it. What is wrong in having local government police? What is wrong in having state police? Just about of it. We want security. It doesn't matter how it happens. And we can support it. The money that we are called now for 1 month stealing, in August, we produced 975 barrels, 975,000 barrels. We are losing 825, which came to 225 million, $100. It was about $2.5 billion. If you do with 650, you will pay for the money after for the pickups. Go to and hold people responsible. That's what we want to change. We want to change society. We want to make it work. Stop stealing. That is what we're saying. So in conclusion, this year's election, which will be next, please, I know they say don't play politics. Please get involved. There's a time people get involved. Now somebody I was praying the other day, I said, through Jesus, your son. He said to me, Peter, this thing doesn't think the son can carry it. Let's go to the son. And the father needs to hear this from the class. We can't go to the son anymore because it's too much. So, for me, it is important that all of us get involved. Everybody. Because they're not kidnapping traditional roots. Things ahead of us. They're not killing them. Things ahead of us. And societies are in trauma. Societies are worried. Nobody's sure. None of you now can travel freely. If they say now go to Lagos by road, say no. If they say now go to Imo, go to, you are scared. Because you don't know what you need. Even if you're going to go, you just get it. Nobody will ever know where you go again. These are things we don't want it to end. And it will only end by you getting involved. It is not going to be by tribe. No tribe is safe. Or a Muslim believe every Everybody is unsafe. The North is more safe than here. It is not going to be by my tongue. It's nobody's tongue. If we are going to claim tongue, I, your son, will claim tongue. I will say tongue of the southeast. Other people are telling they allow us. But I'm not doing it because it's tongue. I'm proud of my Ignorance. And I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm contesting the election as a Nigerian.
So he told the Igwes in Anambra, the council of the royal fathers in Anambra, that if it is about turn by turn, of course, it will be the turn of the eastern Nigeria. He could claim that, but he's not interested in turn by turn. He's proud of his experience and he's proud of what he's offering and all that. Therefore, if you know what I mean, if they let everybody go and play on the field, it should be about what they have to offer, not where they come from. You know what I mean? Kind of some of the, some of the punchlines that he kind of always loves to drop that get a lot of people attracted to him, I believe. In my studies, right? Let's go outside and see how it is, or how it was in Anambra, Oka today. Right there.
I swear, this kind happiness that you feel for this place, the small money where they never finish spending and they want spend. Collect them. This election, by the grace of God Almighty, is as good as won.
Vice President, everybody they talk to each other. That made me to know that Allah they know me. Allah they know me. Labour Party. Obodo Ochichi Onwarebode Labour Party Eti Sawusa Suribo Iyegebe
Listen, I know now your own. But make I tell you, again, because now my own. Peter Obi is that shining star. Who is moving Nigeria from consumption? And so shall it be. That gentleman who went through Christian school, great philosophy. We know what philosophy is. I'm a university lecturer. My lecturer's lecturer is here today. Atiku, Prof. We welcome them. We know and we have a young man through supermarkets as a student. We know where he's from. We know what he represents. My brothers and sisters, going cotton at an elephant charging. Peter Obi and my humble self, under the obedient movement of the Great Labour Party, we are charging through. Nothing is going to stop us from rescuing Nigeria.
Incoming Vice President, don't worry yourself. If you talk about Labour Party, we are going higher, yes we are. We are going higher today. We are going higher. We are going above the shadow. Into the presence of God. Into the presence of God.
Finally, listen carefully. The day you hear one sentence President, from that day, we will stop the killing and start the healing. Once we hear President Peter Obi of Nigeria, we have stopped the slide and we have started the crime of our society. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
I mean, that's actually why I wanted you to listen to that. It was like more or less like a party mode and all that. I mean, I like party mode. You know what I mean? It is a little bit entertaining. I think you should listen to what he told the people, the OB himself. Somebody said I should play you the clip where his wife also addressed the people. Of course, I would love to, okay? But let's listen to this first and check if time will still let us. What did Obi tell them in Anambra today? This.
I on the 50s. No, they combine. He combine and they goes up. The 70. They goes up. I'm not even combine. I stand this kitchen. Before the speech today, we go. I was governor here for 30 years. No bank in Nigeria, no financial institution in Nigeria did I ever enter to borrow money. Network in Nigeria. Okay, there are government. Even the person. Of course, you're right. The government continues. You can say that again. I'm not going to complain. If you're not government doesn't complain. The work of a leader is not to complain. It is to find solution. We are telling you, we are not going to complain. We are not going to remind you of your past. We are going to remind you of your future. We are going to build a better future for you. Nigeria, we need change every day. In our church, to Nigeria, nations after nations have gone through the problem Nigeria is going today. But with good leadership, the way we did in Anambra State, before I came to Anambra State, Anambra was known for bad things. All for all. Simba, no one ever home for all. I want best education. One best hand. Who the best in MDG? Myself, who the only one blessing? I just never knew who they go. That's all we want to do. We want to turn Nigeria into light of Africa. We want to turn it into light of the black man. As you want to get the labor, it's an Anambra State course. And I answered it. And I'm asking, is Nigeria cost are we the cause? I want to have opportunity to answer it. If I'm president, the North will celebrate me. Because I'll fight poverty in the North. I'll fight education out of school children in the North. I will invest in it. If I'm president, the South will celebrate me. Because I will use whatever is remaining with the oil resources. I use it to clean South and bring life to South. If I'm president, the Southwest will celebrate me. Because I'm going to turn Lagos into financial hub of Africa. If I'm president, the Southeast will celebrate me because it will become the industry base and export base of Nigeria. Factor endowment. God gave the North the first uncultivated land in the North. That will bring more money for Nigeria than oil. The God made it possible. He gave the South oil. That oil has been misused. I'll use whatever is remaining, clean up, make them celebrate. They are going to have East-West Road that is uncompleted for 24 years will be completed. They are going to build a road from Asaba to Warri. They are going to do all that. They are going to ensure that all those places people thought it is possible. It's possible because Onye Banyemoto Oshi Atani Ba Port Harcourt. You might not know that all you need from Atani to Port Harcourt is just a bridge over. You see Atani to Port Harcourt. You don't see Atani to Warri. A way to Weaponized and River Benue. Onye Banyemoto Oshi Port Harcourt. If I get there will be no more flooding in Nigeria. Because we'll dredge River Niger, we'll divide River Benue, and we are going to ensure that there's no dam in the north for agriculture. He is committed to the future of Nigeria. I'm committed to it. We are young. All who are required physical and mental energy. All are retirement home.
Anyway, I hope the obedient, you enjoyed that, Abi. Yeah, we are following everything. If we see him somewhere else tomorrow, I'll pick it. The diary will pick it. Record it on the date that this is broadcasted. So that in a year or two today, even in 10, 20 years from now, if you are gone, when we are gone, maybe our own children will actually go back to all of this and say, what happened on that so-so date, by the way? I think I should just, when they are doing their researches, Mayegun's Diary Political is going to become one of the most valuable, in the future, one of the most valuable social media platform whereby you can go from date to date if you are doing researches on events that happened in Nigeria, even when I'm long gone. That's why I call it the diary, Mayegun's Diary Political, on this day. So yeah, that happened. And on the other side, from Kaduna, where Dati comes from, right? It was almost like similar, but this time around indoor for those who are trying to organize similar show, like they had in Oka, similar show in Kaduna, where Kaduna Littlefinger, El Rufaya is the emperor. But nevertheless, they seems to be so enthusiastic about it. This is Kaduna. again, when you see the Nigeria criminals, you see the enablers, okay? As the whole thing is going, there is something called systemic rigging, which is done even before the physical one, like the video I showed to you earlier. It is real, and I just hope, you know what I mean? You have a means around it before it is too late, I would say, if it is not already. You see this young man fighting here. This was Lagos, so this young man, you could tell the character, the attitude, everything there is an APC, Egbekegbe, one of the Lagos Abobakus, thugs, suffering and smiling young people. They will die, and there are many. They will die there to make sure that anything that is going to threaten Asiwaju Awon Ole, Asiwaju Awon Atole's numbers in Lagos is completely shattered, even before the first day of the ballot. Just a reminder, I've shown this video earlier, right? Those who are having non-Yoruba names in Yoruba states, as well as those who are like bearing Igbo names, especially. People are now coming out to complain publicly that they are being sort of intentionally told that their cards are not available, or they can't even find their names at all. They should go and register. All of these are also like, it's called systemic rigging. Just before you even cast the first one, there is already pressure on the INEC chairman, right? That you are not going to have the election next month, okay, February, that they will likely postpone it until they finally tell you that no election for security reason. And by law, Bukwari can do that. Do you know that? I just want them to do something that is going to trigger all of you who are actually fighting them and pushing them to act this way, that will trigger them, that will trigger you, that you probably will call their bullshit soon, because you're going to see bullshit, a lot of it, like this one. They'll fight you physically. They will chase you down. They will trace you. They will do all they can if it has to come to that. And this is just at the beginning.
He's not an INEC official. That guy is not an INEC official. Come outside.
They will call you guys. Camera. You want to beat her? Mama, what's the I know, and they work here. They give me money. I look like I neck.
You know the owner. What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? You are not an owner. What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? You are not an owner. What are you doing inside? You are not an owner. What are you doing inside?
Are you doing inside? You are not an INEC. What are you, Mama? What do you mean? They are survivor the street fighters. The Lagos Abobakus with phones. They are Mayegun's diary political. They look at me, they say, this guy is saying the truth. Oh, Benny, no be truth, we go shop, Jari. Asiwaju for president. Mayegun, bagbe wiri. You dey feed me, ni. Shey you dey feed me, ni Mayegun. You know how they survive for streets, ni. I know how you are surviving. They sent you to that street. So we know the rules. The people who sent you to that street, yeah? They want you to remain in that street. And you will probably need to survive on that street by also what? Extorting whoever you can extort. Just survive anyhow. Now, to maintain that survivor, Baba, you go fight for them, or sometimes they may even kill you for it. But if you die, as they say, the road to the throat is like the road to the grave beyond. Young men and women who have become political vuvuzelas, who have become political jobbers, jobless, educated, but they are educated, unemployed, and unemployable. due to the system that produces them. And they will continue to defend that because that's the only word they know. They abuse me all the time. But anyway, I am still always here to remind them that it no matter. One day, you yourself, some of you are like so foolish, so stupid, so selfish, so self-centered, right? And ignorance as well, right? You are educated, though, but you are stupid, okay? You are young. One day, you are going to grow old. You're going to be, you will be asking young people then, who will discover your own stupidity, your uselessness, your selfishness. By then, Nigeria will don't hit you left, right, and center, right? And guess what? Young people are going to see you and say, this man, you are say, can you say that to your father? I am old enough to be your Baba Koshi son. You are not my father. You may be old enough to be of the age of my father. Useless people say they grow old. Idiots, they grow old. Ignorant, selfish morons are also growing old. Self-centered crooks are also growing old. Same with all the criminals that you worship. They were once young people too. Now because they don't old, now say, don't insult me. Oh. If you want to grow, don't insult me. Say, I am old enough to be. If you say that face to face, about buying leti, before 4 o'clock in Raleigh. You know that kind of a thing. Young people are going to grow. You know, they're going to see you. Some of you, you are not going to die. You know, they say useless people, sometimes they don't die young. Even though all they do is that they want to kill themselves. All their decisions in life are decisions that actually mitigate against their growth, against their development, against their own progress. And they are okay with it. Do you understand? But unfortunately, useless people, they know they die young. Very useless people in their large numbers. Then they will grow old. Then they will begin to ask for respect. Some of those people they see on social media, uncles and aunties, they are already like, I don't know how to describe them, useless beyond any kind of remedy. And we call them Dapi Mosheda. Now they are those asking you for respect. Don't you have elders at home? How dare you talk to Ashiwaju like that? How can you say Ashiwaju is Atole? How about your father say, say now my father, they put the poster that he wants to take 133 million out of poverty. About so face to face. If you say it's face to face, they will say, Baba, repeat what you just said now. That's how much your life is going to be a mess. The messier Nigeria becomes, the messier your lives are going to be. So use your youth to defend them. Use your young age to fight for them. You're going to meet it in the front. At the end of the day, more and more young people are going to probably say it to you. We are talking all this useless said that you people don't have respect. Which respect? Because we are going to tell them that don't respect all these useless people. They contributed to whatever Nigeria has become, not just the roguish criminal leaders that they are backing and fighting for. And you know, tribalism, nepotism, corruption, and all those things. None of them actually favors any of you. Any of you. None of them favors you. They just keep you in your place in the weaponized poverty underworld, which God, majority of you actually dwells. Courtesy, the criminals who are expecting patriotism from you, but unpatriotic criminals who had the chance of making your lives better, but they ruin them. And then they are offering themselves to say, oh, we're going to fix it for you. We're going to give you another chance. Really? Good luck with that. From my own side, I wish you what you wish yourself. I really have to wish you anything that you don't want for yourself. All of you Nigerians, I know that wherever you come out, you come out as, is the consequences of that is never going to be limited to you. I know that. And because of that, a lot of us are prepared. Okay? We are more prepared than a lot of you. Okay? And then when it starts coming, just remember these words of Mayegun that says, you are whatever happens to you. The choices you make are what's going to happen to you. And again, if you love Nigeria, being patriotic for you, you will rise up and you will demand for the real thing that your own forebearers signed up for. And that was, right, independent regions that form the body of Nigeria, the one that they have now used their political whatever to divide into different sections And doing so didn't bring peace to Nigeria because it didn't do them according to the people they are dividing. They did them because according to their own inheritance, because that's what Nigeria is. There are owners of Nigeria who share the spoils of Nigeria. So when they share you the land, the resources, they share you people with them as well. And that's why they are creating states, the ones that you never demanded, all to hide away from the truth. The thing that actually made us respect one another and say, stay your day, move day our day. So kick the can down the road. At the end of the day, if you want to be a real patriotic Nigerian, you will join those who says, let's break it up and save lives. It may sound harsh. It's not harsh. It's the truth. On our own part, we will continue to sensitize and give support to those who are ready to probably take that dive and say, well, let's take the leap of faith on this until we are all so much in tune with that same message. So on Mayegun's Diary Politico, the Temple of Truth, 4 days ago, should I say 4 days ago, we started a fundraiser to support this calamitous news. To fight against this calamitous news of out of school children increasing in Yoruba land. As the poverty is increasing in Nigeria, our people are taking share of that. When they tell you that so number of people are jobless in Nigeria, our own people from Yoruba land, the young people are sharing from that joblessness, right? A huge number of them. And when they say people are falling into poverty bracket in Nigeria, extreme poverty, 133 million Nigerians suffering or living in extreme exponential poverty. Never seen before. Do you believe that? Our people are part of that. And when they say all this poverty, they are things that affect what could possibly empower them, access to what could empower them, prepare them for something that I call the life challenges. If you are prepared, if you have the adequate equipment or resources or training or information, you are likely going to be able to weather through the storm, especially what Nigeria throws at you. You know, being a Nigerian, the life is already leading you by 5-0. Do you understand that at all? Yeah, a lot of things have been rigged against you. Being a Nigerian, the day you are born, the world is leading you, this life is already leading you by 5-0. Now, if your parents have small money that they could provide this or that, they may take you to 2, and it will be like 5-2. If you are one of those children, the children of those criminals, they may try and take you up to maybe 5-5, which means you'll be at par. Do you understand that now? Not you. I'm talking to a lot of us who are actually came through the other side, which is not the one with the silver spoon and the state. Some of us didn't even come with any spoon at all. Do you understand that? So the characters that actually ensure that we remain poor and then continue to be poor, in my view, okay, let me put it this way. Because what I actually wanted to say there is something that could possibly just make it look like I'm reaching about, by the way. But let me just slow it down. So from our own side, we have decided that helping that people, providing that support, providing that information, giving them that shoulder to sort of lean on, in a way, could be one of the ingredients that could turn, or should I say, one of the two that could turn the tide, and we are not afraid to give it a shot. So there are people are suffering and falling into the bracket of this poverty makes them even more vulnerable, weaker to defend themselves. So when you tell them something right, they know. Then before you know it, they are back to the same people who actually took them down that road. So what do? We devise our own little means of reaching out. We've always been reaching out, just that we've never really utilized that chance or that such investment until now. And we hope that it will make enough impact. So we are starting with the school children that are currently unable to probably go back to school. A lot of them are out. And then from our last outing, we did receive a lot of feedback, from the people we met. And they said, well, it's not just food. There's so much we are passing through. There's so much we are going through. Security, this, that, you know what I mean? And we said, yeah, we'll begin to call attention to this part of the lives of our people in a way that when Nigeria failed to provide that support, we can provide those support, no matter how little, right? You may think they are probably so little that they may not be effective until you realize that not doing anything at all, right, is absolutely not it. So on Mayegun's Diary Political, through the Yoruba Union organization, the one that reached out to over 600 families in the festive period, we have decided to raise funds that is going to actually produce 100,000 exercise books for school children in Yoruba land, with printed messages that as usual, that will carry out the information about what we are doing, and then the information they actually need to know themselves as Yoruba sons and daughters. So we then put out a sort of a request that from our members, any of them who is a printer and wherever a publisher, wherever you should give us an idea what it's going to actually cost us to produce that. They gave us one. Now we are now working with more and more quotes. In fact, afterward, yeah. So today I have been briefed by the people in charge of this program. Let me tell you about it. Our plan, right, is to raise at least 30 million naira for a start to prosecute the project of 100,000 exercise books that will be given to 10,000 school children across Yoruba land. And then this is going to cover, as I've been told, 100 schools in Yoruba land. You know what I mean? So then they review the whole thing. The committee put together to look into that, and they give us a bit of a workbook or roadmap on how to get that done. So fair enough. They have now pruned all that down. But we also said this, right? Our target is to get to 100,000. What if we can get to 100? I mean, what if we can print 100,000 books? What else can we do? Then we said, okay, let the plan B be 50,000, that we then go to 5,000 school children. Okay. So we are reviewing everything, and we are also monitoring what we have. We haven't done any fundraiser in the last 2 days. We called it a break. Sunday, Monday, and today, which is a Tuesday. 3 days, we haven't, because our own contribution is always voluntary, okay? But for the sake of those who have been following this, I have decided that even if we are not having to raise any fund tonight, but we should tell you what we did the first 48 hours that we launched this, and the last 28 hours of it. So we have spent 2 days to raise this. So we shared, or I shared 4 to 5 different platforms where we could raise all these funds. How could we put all these funds together? Crowdfunding. A lot of people are so interested in getting this done. Now, how do we organize it that there is no spillover and there is accountability? So we push out 5 different platforms to raise these funds. One, the Cash App. Then the second one is PayPal. And the third one is Give, Send, Go. It is online. Everybody can access that. And the fourth one is a bank account of Diaspora Radio. Not my bank account, by the way. Yeah, Diaspora Radio International UK, which is dedicated temporarily for this. Now, the fifth account was, still is a Naira account. So in those 2 days, right, what did we get? Where are we at? In fact, the last time I checked the team working on these projects generally, I am just the Odin Bay, somebody who pull all the resources together and give it to those who are going to work around and then, execute any project that we are embarking upon. Not me. I don't choose that, right? However, giving ourselves this update. So on all the platforms as we speak, on our, on our Cash App, we currently have about £782 there, but not everything is ours, okay? I have a sort of a gift for Princess from that £782, which was £20. So from that Cash App, So that leaves us at £762. And the second one is our PayPal. Okay. So far, so good. All we have on our PayPal PayPal right now is a total of £550. Okay. 551 or so. However, just like the Cash App, there is a £47 a gift. In fact, £50 gift for Princess donated and gifted by somebody. So which means we have £500 there. Now, if we should go and add that to our £762 on the Cash App, that will give us a £1,262 on two platforms, right? Now, the third one is the bank, Diaspora Radio bank account, where I received a total of £415. Now, £415, again, there is a gift for Princess from that money too. Somebody wants me to give her £20 from that money sent to the bank account of the Diaspora Radio International. So that will leave us with £395, okay? But let's say £400. So if you add £400 to our £1,262, what do you get? Then we get £1,692. Let's give it a round figure somehow. Let's call it £1,700. And that is just on 3 platforms, okay? Cash App, what's that one again? PayPal and the bank. Meanwhile, if you take your moment to check what we have on Give, Send, Go. You see, Give, Send, Go work differently. Not like all of these I've listed, okay? So Give, Send, Go, we take all our donations. Then in the background, they will begin to investigate all the donations, the bank card you used, to be sure that your donation is real and you are not using somebody's stolen card to donate towards this. After 3 days, or maybe even if you change your mind, for example, no, I'm not giving them my money again, I'm changing my mind. Give, Send, Go will quickly give you the money back to you right away. So, in all of this service, we get charged for this, okay? And that is why they don't release our donation right away. They release them in batches. Batches means after they are clear and sure that the money is clear, no issue, nobody is feeling, you know what I mean? That's when they will be released, and then they will take their own course. So presently, from where we started, when we started this 4 days or 5 days ago, right? We started from £3,166 as our balance at the time. And today, if you take a look at it, we are currently over 6,500 pounds sterling, which means in my own calculation, right, we have raised over 3,400 pounds. But like I said, that doesn't mean that we are going to get 3,400 pounds back from them. They're going to take out their charges and eventually they'll give us the rest. Okay. So in my own estimate, we might be getting, about 3,200 or 3,100 pounds, depends on whatever the charges will be. Then if you should say plus or minus, let's just make it 3,400 pounds that we have raised on the, on the Give, Send, Go. If you add that to 1,700, yeah, my rough estimate says it's going to be somewhere around 5,100 pounds. Now, this is the moment you can say, okay, let's put the £100 aside as the charges, possible charges, right? So we can say from my own side, I have received a donation that is close to £5,000 using the Nigerian exchange rate of today, 945 or 950 pounds. That simply means in my own estimate that from my own side, we have saved enough close to 4.8 million naira. This is excluding, any bank charges that we are going to incur the moment we begin to send the money back to those who are going to use them. But that's not all we raised, okay? We have our Nigerian account where people have not stopped sending in their contribution. And that is why I am going to have a Princess give us an update on how much do we have? I know you have committed some resources towards the registration and all that. I don't want to go too much into that until that is done, Okay, you can just tell us, well, this is how much we have put towards registration. No much details. Okay. Apart from that, I know that we had a balance, then we had one forward and all that. So you can give us a sort of a catch-up update, because we haven't done anything on this for the past 3 days. Princess, how are you? Sorry, you will need to unmute yourself. Sorry. It's always doing that.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Where you go? I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening to you, ma. So where are we?
We had 2,025,000 the last time.
Okay.
And we stopped at Bada additional that donated 20,000 at the time. Okay. So I have Timileyin Basan, 10,000 naira. I have Adenuga Olumide, 20,000 naira. I have Toyin Dumade, 50,000 naira. I paid 125 for the registration. Yep. Then Sherifat Abiola from Afusat Jumoke, 2,000 naira. Then Adebayo Adetunji, 50,000 naira.
Right.
Anna Anu Tawakalitu, 20,000 naira. That's all we had.
Okay. And if we have to say in total, what would you say we currently
I'll
have?
Say deducting the 125,000 naira from it, I think, let me check. We have a total of 2 million something.
Yeah, take your time. Just take a look for us so that we can just add up, and then we can talk about, the cost eventually, because I have seen a quote on, what do you call it? I've seen a quote on 50,000 copies. I've seen a quote on, so what would be the 100,000 copies? I'm just trying to check out what do we have, so that people will know that. And then we can continue with our fundraiser, maybe not tonight, some other time, but at least people who have they can know that even if we don't raise any money anymore, if we don't have to put any money together anymore, which I am not encouraging, we tend to have been so close to being able to support up to 5,000 school children with what I think we have. So do you have a number yet?
Yes.
Sorry, I think you are freezing, Princess. Sorry. Let's take a look. Yeah, you currently appear frozen. So I'm going to sec. So let's take one out, and then I will get the other one in. You seem to have up to 2, or you should try and get back in. Okay, I can imagine what it feels like over there. Okay. So yes, so the plan is that if what we have in our foreign reserve, so me will be like a foreign reserve manager, and Princess is our what do you call it, home-based manager. So let's see what we've got. There's so much prospect. Don't say this, don't do that. No, what happens is that if you don't face your fear, sometimes, right, your fear kills you even before it gets to you. So whatever is going to happen, some of you will need to know that some of us are really prepared. But we want to do this well organized, transparent, and then enough to encourage more and more people to get on board that will just reciprocate the same thing in every part where they are put or assigned. So, Princess, do you have a number? Sorry.
Yes, we have 2,050,000 now.
Okay.
After deducting the 125 I paid for the registration.
Right. So we have 2 million and what?
50,000 naira.
So 2,050,000 naira. So if with our 5,000 pounds, let me just do one rough estimate here so that I can just tell people where we are at, in case if we, I don't think we should by any means, just call it a day after raising fund for 2 days. So if we could do this in 2 days, so we still have about 2 weeks. You know that we still have about 2 weeks to meet our target before we finally start issuing out a payment to our printer. So yeah, So with £5,000, that's like 4.8 million. Okay. And remember, the last time I said, from all the money we have been spending and all of that, I was, I still have with me, a total of 500 and there's something, which I estimated as at least 500,000 naira in Nigeria money. Do you get that now? So somehow, we can say from my own side, there is going to be a guaranteed 5 million naira if we should go into production tonight. And from your own side, there is going to be a guaranteed 2 million naira if we should go for production today. Now, from the quote I received, just for the sake of our listeners, from the quote I received for this production, so I was told that our initial budget for 100,000 copies of 80 leaves exercise books has been reviewed downward. That if we should do that, then it was about 26.5 million, remember? So now they reviewed it down to somewhere around the 21 million. And it's not just for the books. It also includes logistics and all of that. So which means that half of that, which is 50,000 copies, is going to cost us a little bit less than 10 million naira. 9.4, 9.7 million is what I heard. And that is going to include logistics and all that. So by our standard, we currently, if we choose to go for 50,000 copies instead of 100,000, right? We will still be like in deficits of almost 3 million naira. So which means we have options now. Would we do 100,000? Would we meet our target for 100,000 in 2 weeks? Or we're just going to have to stick to our plan B, 50,000. 100,000 will take care of 100,000. 10,000 school children, right? Which is divided into somewhere around 1,200 per each state. Okay, so 50,000 books. We have to go to 5,000 children. Princess, I don't know if I'm making sense. What do you think?
You are. You really are. With the plan B, yeah, we can pull that first. Yeah. But the issue I have with it is the logistics. Because if I have to go to, 50 schools, and I don't know, I really do not know. If I have to go to 50 schools and we had planned for 100, I don't really know how to go about it. Well, I think we will talk about it with Mr. Oladile and the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's
fine. I really do not.
I think
I don't know if we have to do that. Then we should work with whatever it is we have at hand at the moment.
I don't want to impress it on you or anybody watching us. Okay, that we're not doing our 100,000. I am not ruling it out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to let. Hang on, Princess. Just one moment. My screen always goes off when I don't time it well enough. I'll say. So, but you can still hear me now, Abby?
Yes, definitely.
Right. So fair enough, right? I am not ruling it out, and I don't want to. Okay. I know sometimes I can be very lazy when it comes to this, and you all know why. And then my attitude towards this fundraiser, fund, and all that. Sure, you get, but it still needed to be done. We all know that we have to do it. Okay. So what I think, what I'm trying to do is to make sure that to assure the people that we have done so well, enough that. We have done so far well than when we were trying to put resources together for our end of the year family support program. You know that?
Yes.
I have to consider what happened, So I am just trying to say that wherever happens, like we do say all the time, we are not here to impress anybody. We are not here to look for anybody's validation or what have you. Whatever we choose to do, we are the architect, we are the writer, we are the eraser, we are the chooser, we are the decider. But at this point, one thing about us is that whatever we decide to do, we will do it.
Yes.
Whatever comes may. So this is me trying to let people know that, listen, whatever happens, at this point, if anybody wakes us up and say, what happened to this thing you said you want to do? Are you still doing it? We'll say, yes, we are doing it. okay? Because we have our plan A, plan B, and even other plans too. So, Princess, thank you very much. We will have another day. We organize this. The last time we did our fundraiser, we're not probably, I don't think we're up to 400 on that program, were we?
We were about 500.
We were about 500, and we raised over 5 million in within 24 hours. You know that. So what we are going to do is that we're going to choose another day again. Okay. And we're going to dedicate an evening. It may be tomorrow. There's no time to waste anyway. Yeah. It may be any time this week. We dedicate a time, and it's going to be like 2 days like that. Yeah. Today, tomorrow. So we dedicate our time, and then we'll implore more fundraiser first to match what we are also close to now. And at the same time, possibly just match what our target is. So, Princess, thank you so much for showing up. I just want
You're welcome, Baba. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Oh, you're just gonna say okay. Princess, if any one or two things before you go, Nibo, you're just like, okay, yeah, all right, goodbye, bye. But they would love to.
Oh, it is just, I just want to tell people that whatever it is we are doing, Afita Abashi, except if we all stop doing it.
Right.
If not, we will get it right. We will get to this. We'll reach out to these children. You know, I can't really imagine how emotional I'll get. You know, seeing these children. You know, whom I was once like. You know, seeing them in torn uniforms and all that. You know, and fixing them up and giving them books, and you know, this emotion that will come from children that is always genuine and is always very, you know, very unique. I can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to bring that to everybody, you know.
Bring that view, amazing one. I mean, I'm looking forward to it as well. And like we say, this is not a competition, okay?
Ben.
It is a race that everybody would have to participate. And at a point, we are all going to, once you play your part, we're going to get to a part where we're all going to disembark. A lot of people don't want to disembark until we are actually at the destination. I understand.
Yes.
But you should know something, that as long as you leave, you have a role to play. It is not a competition. Play your part. Be peaceful about it. I mean, approach. That's one thing that Princess said. Princess said, approach. Manner of approach can make people, right, to dip their hand in their pocket and pull out a collar and say, for peace.
Or a cutlass.
Or a sword. In fact, a sword.
A sword, yeah.
Well, whatever your approach, you decide that. We want to sort of use our own approach. The one that actually connects us to the people. The one that builds relationships. The one that builds trust. The one that build and grow ideology that all of us sort of fancied, right? But we must let it be grounded. We must get people on board. And whatever we can do whatever we can do to make that happen peacefully. Anything where I'm going to involved. Don't just bring that thought of violence closer to me. You know what I mean? Because you know my own violence is a violence that is coming from where people are more afraid because of what they know you have in your control. So holding that control, right, is what is our responsibility now. So if you really want to really enjoy what it takes to make or to get a country to really get involved, then you must be ready to do the job.
Benny.
And then we will do ours. So Princess, I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
Me too.
We should be meeting tomorrow ahead of our fundraiser, which is likely good. Even just call tomorrow the fundraiser then. I mean, why? Even if it's going to be £100 we're going to raise, we'll be proud of it. Even if it's just 1,000 we're going to raise, we'll be proud of it, Princess. So I am declaring that, okay, tomorrow, right, to everybody who has been part of this all along, right, join us tomorrow. Anytime from, anytime from 10 p.m. Nigerian time, 9 p.m., 9 p.m. Nigerian time, which is UK time.
8 p.m. UK time.
Join us. It will be about the Yoruba Union back to school fundraiser. I'm going to dedicate tomorrow for it. So Princess, prepare for that, okay? And how close and how fast we can move on this and get it done because there's so much to be done, so much other ideas, programs coming up. So let's get this done latest by the end of the month or the first week of February. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, Princess.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night, everyone. Yeah, bye.
So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Ordinarily, I would open the line, okay? But I won't lie to you. I actually turned on the camera tonight just to give you the updates on our fundraiser and what is going on behind the scene. So tomorrow, a final meeting is taking place with the team in charge of that project, okay? They have negotiated with the printers and the rest of them. They have done all the design and the rest. But I think they did send me some, which I should have shown to you. They were trying other things, you know what I mean? They're trying a lot of things that's going to be the cover of the book, the exercise books, you know what I mean? A lot of ideas are being tried to make sure that when the books are printed, they will look like this, in and out and all that. So yeah, tomorrow we are planning to have a final conversation on this, myself and other people involved. So they have narrowed down those who are going to do the job to two printers. And these two printers, I have been told, they are already members of the union, which means we are already going to start practicing wealth redistribution among ourselves. We don't get too much money, but whatever we have, it will be redistributed among every one of us there who have one service to offer, to render. When you offer us your service, we are going to pay you based on what we have, and we're going to appreciate you even more than what we are paying you, okay? So a lot of people are going to be welcome on board. And then tomorrow, we'll finalize that. And one more announcement I need to make publicly. African Wahala, I know you are watching. If you are still, because I saw you earlier. So if you're still watching, Prince, I need you to reach out to me ASAP, okay? We need the team, the IT team, to start coming together now. We already put together the education team. We already put together the, the data bank and all that team. Now we need to put together the team that's going to work behind the scene, right? Build our data bank, and at the same time, improve on the activities of our hang on. I wasn't going to take calls. It doesn't feel like I should ignore this. So I'll take it. So African Wahala, you should please reach out. It seems that your IT expertise and all that is now needed, okay? Very important and urgent, okay? Hello there.
Yeah, how are you, Maegu?
I'm very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm calling from Canada.
Good evening or good afternoon to you from Canada. So
yeah,
I wasn't going to take calls, but I just didn't want to miss. I've seen you repeating the calls there, and I was like, okay, I'll take it, and then I'll call it tonight. So thanks so much for calling.
Okay, my name is Steven.
Steven from Canada, sir.
Yeah,
you are live
from Canada. Yeah. Okay. In fact, I love what you are doing, particularly the Yoruba, union and the approach of which you are taking, to execute whatever you want to do. So, but my only advice for this is that, number one, you thank God because you said your last time that this is not a competition.
It is not a competition.
And you are not competing with anyone.
No.
So you are only contributing your own, part. That is number one. Mm-hmm. Then number two is that, because the Bible says that we should not forget the day of little beginning.
That's right.
So there is always a little beginning, whereby you start small and begin to grow. So, and you get to a particular place whereby, it's like a relay whereby, you give the baton to another person.
That's right.
Just like that, moving on and on and on like that.
A system that I know that with or without you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's our dream. That's why we want everybody on board who really mean well. There's a chance to show it. There's a chance to show what you think you have in mind. You know what I mean? But yeah, go on, sir.
Yes, and another thing again I want to say is that we, in this kind of a thing, we should eschewed, issue of people coming, maybe abusing each other, cursing each other, because when you, because like what the Bible says, said that death and life lies in the tongue. So because whatever you say, it always come to reality. It may not come now, maybe sometimes later. So, and that is what we might be mindful of. And concerning the issue of Yoruba land, yes, people normally say something, and I think this particular union, maybe we should have a sort of an enlightenment department to enlighten people.
We call them orientation, information, and
because
go on, sir.
Because these owners of, I can call them maybe owners of Yoruba land and owners of Nigeria, they have so much conjure their head that some believe that if take for example now a person like the all these presidential candidate, the one for the ruling party, but some people believe that if he doesn't, if you go to him, he's going to give you so this thing. And by the time you see some people say, it's because of him that I am this. It's because of this I am this. I now ask, if the system is good, do you need any person? Do you need to go to any person to ask for favor?
In a normal society, in a just society, do you need to know somebody before you become something?
Yeah, even the ones in abroad here, I'm so much disappointed in them. There are some of them will be saying that, what a leader. I say, what kind of leadership are you talking about? That you who is here in abroad, do you need any note to go to the hospital? Do you need any note to go to anywhere here? So whatever we are gaining here, let it reflect in our people at that. Let them be orientated that, look, this is what the system is supposed to be. And moreover, the person who claimed to love Yoruba land, because I was reading, there was one interview with the governor of Sokoto State now.
Right.
That is Tabua. Tabua. That was one interview with him. He said this man make Yoruba land to lose 2 speakership, slots. That was in 2011 and in 2015.
That's right.
In 2011, what happened was that, AC declared the whole of Yoruba land, and we only had about 3 or 4, people elected on the platform of PDP from Osun State. And he went and
is her name. That's the woman.
Exactly.
He went to be the speaker. Go on, sir.
Yes, he went to collude with Tambua and sold Yoruba slot out.
Yes.
That was number one. Number two was that Tambua said when it came to 2015, he said that this guy, what's his name, Saraki, that there was this war about this Muslim ticket against, that he had it against Saraki, because Saraki said this thing cannot work. Because of that, I wanted to stop Saraki from becoming the Senate president.
That's right.
Tambua said he carried everybody that were elected on the platform of APC, carried them to Lagos. He said they were in one room. They were calling them that, okay, between Dogara and the current speaker, whom would you like to vote for? They said, all of them were saying Dogara. Okay, now can you see now that Dogara is preferred? That, okay, what we can do, they can salvage it. So what we can do is that if you agree that this guy Saraki will be the Senate president, then we can now see the current speaker
nominated. Then
exactly. So, and that was the agreement. So Tambua said when he went back to Abuja, he now discovered that the plans have changed again. That it was now Lawan.
The one Saraki out not just Tambu. I mean, not just Dogara.
At all costs. And that is how they lost. Yoruba people lost the chance of having a. But they claim that he lost Yoruba land. They are done, which I don't believe in. So, and that is the thing we have to be doing to orientate people. To tell them that
have you heard the grown-ups, sir? You've heard the grown-ups, people who are in their 50s, 60s, saying that if not that Lagos was a jungle before Tinubu come. Can you believe that? People in their 40s, in their 50s and 60s, all because they just want to You know, and we all started feeling like, does that mean that the Lagos started existing after 1999? Like, it won't, as in, what's going on? And they'll be telling you, there is, you know, well, what do you know? I mean, what do we say? Since the old information they have been fed with have been mostly lies. And you know, when you tell lies for so long, do you know you begin to believe in that, your lies?
Yes, that is it.
So today, Fashola is like Fashola wasn't governor. When you say, but when Tinubu was there was no real road done. Lagos was a mess, a dirty place. I mean, criminal hideout everywhere until Fashola came. So Fashola came, started clearing them out, clearing everywhere, planting flowers, right? And they started some constructions as well. But all of this didn't actually improve the living standard of people of Lagos. Never. You get what I mean? Basic amenities are still lacking. But Denambo did his own blah, 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 blah as well. Now you have Sanwo-Olu.
No, you see
okay, sir. All of these people came. We've seen what they have done. Can anybody, any one of these people, just point out what Tinubu did from 1999 to 2007 that is still standing today? They couldn't point at anything. They said, but he produced Fashola now. He's the one who nominated this or that. And I say,
you see, my you know, in economics, there's a difference between economic growth and economic development. They are not the same thing.
They are not the same thing. They are two different things.
They are not the same. But you cannot have development without growth. You get my point now?
I'm with you.
So take for example, what do you mean by economic growth? Is that when you talk about, take for example, you raise revenue, you know, people this thing is tax, and then people have money, and you know, people and money, state have money. But you now begin to question yourself, what do they use the money for? So the ingredients of development, like good roads, good drinking water, good education, good health services, these are the development and equitable distribution of income. These are what is called development. That is why
so when you are reading out there that your state is making so much money, you must be able to see the reflection of that in your lives. You are no longer having to beg to pay for medical bills. You are no longer begging to pay school fees. You're not begging to pay your rent. You're not feeling unsafe in your communities. You personally feel like there is growth in your life as you are reading out there. But now Lisa, they just read about how Lagos makes 1 trillion. But majority of them, bunch of hustlers.
So that is why, if you look at Kuwait, for example,
yes, sir,
and United States, when we look at the per capita income in Kuwait, it's greater than that one of the United States.
Of course,
because that is an indices of measuring, that's an indices of measuring economic growth. But now look at what is the development. When you compare development in US and stroke Kuwait, you discover that they are not the same thing.
No,
they are not the same thing. So that is the issue, and that is where our people have gotten it wrong. So even the educated ones, they could have taken these people, up that, okay, you are saying this, what are you, why should you? People just accept whatever they say.
Exactly.
That is just my.
That's why I said that. When you lie again and again, right? At a point, you begin to believe your own lie too, and that's the worst situation anybody can put himself or herself. When you know that you are lying, and at the same time you are just lying to cover up something you don't want to believe that it is real. Now you started believing the lie. So which means it's a two tragedy, sir. Number one, the reality you are trying to kill is still there, but to you is dead. Now, the facade that you put up, which is a lie that you are believing in, is not real. So at the end of the day, it's a true tragedy. You'll be lost at the end of the day, I believe. Lying to yourself.
Because even the people you said he made, one could have asked a question. How many deputy governors did you finish your term with? Because the first one you quarrel with her, and the second one the same thing. The governors that
Bokno Akerele, Bokno Nisha?
Yes.
Koforola Bokno. Femi Pedro.
Bokno.
Who else?
The other one is Pedro. no, 3 of them, the 2 of them, they all quarreled.
They are just okay.
It didn't finish.
I remember.
It didn't finish well with any of them.
Then they now brought. I think he brought somebody before the end of his term when they said they were going to impeach Pedro. So Pedro resigned. I can't remember the last person they brought in. Of course, for 8 years he used 3 deputies, or nearly 3 deputies.
Okay. What of the governors themselves? The Fashola, they quarreled before that one finished, from office. Then the Ambody. So it's only that because this, this one, is just this one is just running after him. That's why he was able to, they are able to keep a relationship. Then the one the people today made Ogbeni, where is it today? Yes. So is that how to make people? Do you make people to quarrel with them? So that is just the question.
But he wants to be president now. You know that this is that's why I started this program with hypocrisy. He wants to be president now. A lot of them are going to put up that fake face. Because what if he becomes the president? So they can pretend to be the court jesters who lie to him and say, well done, sir, you made me. If not because of you, sir, my life is useless as a person. You picked me from the gutters. You made me governor. God bless you, sir. And then he can sit down and say, just people making him laugh in the old people's home like Kebokwari. So look around you. Are you not seeing that? They are willing to tell the story that are not true, not real, just to make him feel good. What if he becomes your president again? Then they will have another job, free money. Call us anything you want to call us. We'll still take that money. Heartless, selfish people.
I just feel that it will not come to, just like what you said, that, if he becomes president, it's another hell entirely.
For those who know.
So, but most people don't know this. They just, what they are seeing, what they can see today, but they don't know what is going to.
Make I ask you one thing. Make I ask you one thing.
Yeah.
I was born in Lagos, raised in Ijebu, came back to grow up in Lagos, and in a lot of these places, I spent my life on the mainland. Okay, Ilupeju Estate to be precise, right? Now, I didn't have a chance of exploring this VI, Ikoyi, this or that, except when they take me and I sit in a car until I went for my mom's burial. Okay? And it gave me that chance to see what they call porch life, big men's life, and all of that in Ikoyi, VI, all those places. And, Baba, you have been to Lagos very well, the way you are talking as well. Would you tell me that Lagos represents any modern city in any part of the world that you know, sir?
Because they live in a delusion by saying that.
I have been to that place. So, I didn't have money before I left Nigeria. When I came back, I had a lot of people taking me around. And they are not just taking me around, they are taking me to places, right? And I was looking at everything. I said, okay, so now all these places, this whole place look like a normal slum. There are some of us, right? Some of us from where we live as well, yeah? If they give us the room there, we'll just stay away, except for the expensive buildings that they are paying for. Multi-million, multi-billion buildings they are paying for. Expensive automobiles. Look at their roads. Look at their environment. Look at their surroundings. Baba, that's not showing any kind of development that, except for those of us where we say poor people. We say when we see them, we say, look at this. But for those who know the real things, sir, that's a slum. That's why I call Lagos slum. It's a slum. An expensive one.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm lying.
You see, they created us, they created society like that. So that, people, a system, no matter the system you put in place in Nigeria, you discover that all these oppressors, what they will do is that they make sure that they distort the system so that they can plant themselves and become relevant in that system. So that if you want to, be part of that system, you have to come to them
you
first.
Have to break it. Yeah.
So you have to, and then when if you come to them, they will say, as if they are doing you, good. Oh, I think I know somebody there. I will give you a note to go to that place, and it is when by the time that one come back, say that man, he knows people. He's so connected. And so I begin to wonder
about it. He feels cool. He feels
cool
about it. I say,
look at what you read in paper. How much they pay to the delegates in dollars to get their ticket. I used, by the time I added those money up, and multiply by the number of delegates, and now compared to the amount of money
they're giving to these ones,
to even the salary, the annual salary of Biden and Trump combined, is more than annual salary of Biden and Trump combined.
I mean, it's so ridiculous from the poverty capital of the world. You can't even match it. It's so unbelievable.
If people can bring such money out, won't you ask them? The first thing you need to ask them is that, where's your tax receipt?
Return, exactly. Where's your tax return on all these riches you are talking about?
On all
you've got
this
private
money
jets,
you are
you've got this or that. Can you show us your tax? They don't pay it, Baba. I mean, politicians in Nigeria, it's a free world. They don't pay taxes. They just brag about the billions they have.
They don't pay tax. How did you get this money? How did you get this money? Well, nobody will ever, and the system will continue like that.
No, they will tell you. They will tell you that this is not Nigeria. This is not Canada, Jare. This is Nigeria. Long thing, you are as if to say it is normal because they have made them see it that way. Sadly, let me take one more call. It seems that you have triggered conversation. A lot of people are now calling it now. You've triggered conversation.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Well, thank you as well, sir. Okay. Stay safe and all the best. So let me take this. And this is our registrar, bank manager.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good evening, sir.
General,
I'm here.
Sorry, I just want to say something. Some I will say it to you, some I will say it to everybody hearing me.
Okay, sir. Please.
Ogamayegun number 1.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about this Yoruba people's protest again. And I want everybody to hear me. Let's imagine what happened yesterday. If truly they are ready for this protest, do they have surveillance camera?
Sir.
No.
All right, sir.
Sorry. Hello. So imagine the protest. I want to prepare a protest here. Wọ́n ní surveillance camera ní òfurufú tó máa mú àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Do they have it?
Well, no.
No, I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to the whole world. If truly they are ready for do they have surveillance camera? Tí ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà bá fẹ́ ṣe ṣekú ṣe. Tó máa rán sójà tó máa ṣe tó yẹ pé wọ́n máa ká ojú àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn. You understand? That is preparation. That's why we thank God you said I shouldn't send the audio I prepared. I shouldn't say this. I understand.
A lot of things will have to be let happen. Mr. Taiwo.
I know.
Personally,
I know.
It took me a lot of insights, personal thought, and all that before I even do the series.
I understand.
Because sometimes you have good intentions.
I know.
People, or when you want, they may not come out well. Or it may come out good. They may not receive it well. Misconstrued. So instead of reducing the problem, you are likely going to complicate it. So that's why I said hold on to some things because things are going to be unraveling very fast in the next few days. Very fast. So I don't want anybody to point at us and say, now they are the one who caused it. They are the one who has been saying, you know what I mean? So let's just wait it out and continue with what we're doing. That's why I said you shouldn't. Yeah, go on.
Yes, hello General. Yes. Hello General. When I got your reply, I was happy I have a leader. I felt something with him. You know, I told you, I said, I am not sending it out. Brother, this is not, I told you some weeks ago, it's not age. Please, don't underrate yourself. God brought you to this world and you have worked hard. So some people, they have destiny, but they don't have diligence. If you have destiny, you don't have diligence, your destiny will not materialize. But what I've seen in you is you have destiny and you have put the diligence into it. You are a leader. I was happy. But I'm just telling the whole world now, if they want to do this protest, And you know Nigerian soldier misbehave, and you want to take them to what do you call it now?
International
This court in the
you must be able to catch them.
do they have surveillance cameras? So money to tell them about the nonsense. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. If truly they mean what they are doing.
Maybe they never thought of that before.
So let that one go. General, I want that one to General. I want that one to go. I listed other things here. See, I don't want to be talking about Lagos. You know, I've reached the point. If not you, I've decided I don't want to be reading anything about Nigeria. If not your common law. I'm telling you, there was a country called. I know, just to know what is going on.
Something, sir. Yeah, for the sake of our listeners, okay. Some people will ask, Mayegun, why don't you just dedicate your time to tell us about Yoruba nation, how we're going to do this or that?
Yes.
You are going to be, sort of denying the people the real reasons.
It's true.
You know, if you want people to find reason to say, I am done with Nigeria, you need to give them convincing
monitoring
reasons. And Nigeria every day continue to give us reasons to get tired and say, I'm done. So that's why Mayegun's political will continue to point out the injustices everywhere. That is fueling this breakup.
You know why I said what I said. Mayegun, you know why I have listed some things here, but I don't want to take time on it. Don't mean no. Which is like me wrong by Lagos. The day, see, I have somebody very close to me. The day he asked me a question, only brother Taiwo. Be below Jesse me. Only I can start at the accountant. Only tell about my really cool. Àti owó tí ó ń dé ọ̀dọ̀ Lagosian ẹ máa mọ̀ pé àwọn ará bí ìka yí àti ọ̀run ni wọ́n. Ó ní if you know the money that Lagos is generating and the money that they are sending now to be brag all over Nigeria, come and see Lagos. Sherry, the day we see that secret, àwọn máa lọ wú òkú gbogbo wọn. Gbogbo àwọn Tinubu gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n á tún wọ́n á wú òkú wọ́n á try òkú wọn. The day people will know. Owó tí wọ́n ń jáde lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti owó tí wọ́n fi ń brag pé no place like Lagos.
Sir, mo máa ra àwọn Nigerian politicians yìí, Tony billions yìí, she gets. When I look at them, honestly speaking, èṣù lágbára kò ní gbàlà.
No, my general, you are not getting me. You are not getting me.
I'm not disputing you. I'm just adding my own to say, oh no, you're Lara.
The day the person said it, and I shook my head for. See, these people, there is no love, self-love. There is no love for the nation in their heart. These people are wicked. Let them just go. Like one thing I want to say again before I move on to Nigeria, let me tell you the truth. The level of education in Nigeria, education, look, I have interacted with professors. I have interacted with them. The way they will analyze them, I don't obey.
It's not just I want to sir. I want to call you way. Engage you when it comes to the state of the country. Economy, politics, development and all that, you will be so sorry and sad at the same time and say, sir, am I being Professor Professor Oloma Kushel. Sir, honestly speaking.
I was having a road walk. In my city today. Do you know, I was out around 4 o'clock. In my city where I am now in Mexico, brother, till in 2 a.m., you are so free. You won't see. You are talking. This place is far from the capital of the country.
Right? Is that not what you what we were told that was what it used to be?
Because I'm still connected to Nigeria. My heart is in Nigeria. But what is the meaning of this? I know why I said this, and I want to go because I don't know why I said this is this. See, this thing we are planning with Yoruba Union, I want to tell my people, we'll get more than the money we need. Share the grassroots, yeah. Our lamashi and we loju. That our projector, our whatever. Let's work on it. We are the one that will give these people lives. Just imagine, and I said it before, Mayego is talking to, you are talking in Glasgow. You want to enlighten people, and we have thousands, hundreds of thousands of Yoruba listening to you. We have access to YouTube now. We listen to you, and you have people that will tell you, "Well, come back with Nigeria." Imagine you are now getting 500,000 Yorubas. That's I'm challenging everybody in Yoruba Union now. 500,000 Yoruba listening to Mayegun. Tobago Mayeguni, 15 minutes. I made it 2 years. You know, you have different religious background. Mm-hmm. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You have different. Ahmed will now be talking. Yoruba. Imagine if Ahmed is talking to this religious people. Are you with me? Imagine somebody like Princess also come to tell you, when we get that information to the people, I'm telling you, a lot of people, I'm telling you the truth.
You know one thing, Mr. Taiwo,
yes,
is that
yes,
we do say that we have gotten to a stage whereby we are not just going to tell people what we are going to do anymore. We're going to show them what we mean.
You show them.
So the way we are going to be bringing our stuffs out one by one, and then we will institutionalize them as we are planning.
Yes.
Record, so that we'll be able to track our progress, our mistakes, and our successes, and you know what I mean, as we are planning.
Yes.
By the time we unleash everything we have in our arsenal, I mean, we know what the result is going to be or what we want it to be.
I know the result will be there. The result will be there.
And that's why I told people, I said, we don't have a chance for any personal what do you call it? Personal aggrandizement, they call it, Abi, or any.
Yes, no, not at all, not
don't
at
have
all.
Time for this, who is this? No. What we want is that we want
no.
Who are ready, not just talking about the Yorubas and thinking Yorubas. They are actually ready to put in the work physically now. We don't want people who just talk and ideas. We want to be the doers now. Remember that, Mr. Taiwo.
So I will want to go.
Yeah, let me take.
But I want to say this. I want to say this thing before I go.
Right,
please, General, we can do other things. This grassroots awareness. Every other project. Already, somebody has given us 10 projectors. And 10 whatever. So by we will discuss that. Look, I just want everybody to hear.
Understand, yeah.
We are doing our strongest weapon is reaching these people with transferring the exposure that in the temple of truth can spread us all over Yoruba land. That is the greatest thing we can do. It's going to be stronger than food. We will not stop food. It's going to be stronger than the book we are giving. Getting to the grassroots to open the people's eye with the kind of exposure we have got about Nigeria. We should pursue it with everything possible, and God will help us. Thank you, General.
Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo. Let me take this. A lot of people are opening their conversation about that. My time has been extended. Yeah, we'll round it up in a moment. So, is that Ken?
Yes, Michael. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm surviving. I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
So I wasn't planning to take calls, but here we are. People have started opening up conversation here and there. You know. So come to the conversation too. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So this morning here in the US, so I was watching some of the clips of some of the campaign rally of Tinubu, Buhari, I think somewhere in Adamawa, and after the campaign, and then I saw young people putting up throwing water, and then they light up some kind of a fire where they were just trying to, I think, protest against whatever they saw on during the
could that be
campaign
I think that was Yola yesterday.
Yes.
You know, when they came after, right? And they started burning the brooms and they started sweeping the streets off Buhari and Tinubu. Yeah, I saw that too. I think I did share that too, by the way.
And I saw that. Then with a couple of the ones, there was some campaign, some of the ones Labour Party did in I don't know, some few other states, and even in the states in Yoruba land, the way the Labour Party was just like maxing out the crowd. And
I have told people, you know what I mean? Like people can say all of this may not lead to anything, right? Fine. But what I'm saying is that it is real, and people cannot just deny them existing. And if these are going to be the ingredient of we no go agree tomorrow, when they see how the system unleash whatever on them, then I beg people to start paying attention. It's just more than an election. Go on, sir.
Exactly. Exactly, my. So when I saw all those, I just said to myself, wait a minute. I just had this conversation with my about the reality of this series of episodes that is going to be playing itself out. And look at exactly what is going on in the Yoruba land here, where this guy is campaigning, and then what is going on in the north too. What is going on? Even though you are four people know, you know my position where I stand. I don't trust any of these jokers, whether Tito, Atiku, or Tinubu.
We said it. We don't have any dog in their fights, but we are interested in the outcome, because whatever the outcome is, the fact that a lot of us have connection to Nigeria, we are not going to be spared in the consequences of that. So we want to know how it happens. That's why we are all interested. Apart from that, we don't get dog for this fight. So I don't have any dog in the fight.
I don't even need that myself. Neither.
So
at the end of the day, look. This was where I summarized that for that aspect. I was like, why is it that our people with all the levels of education, skill, knowledge they have, why are we still doing or behaving like a complete stack illiterate? Why are we behaving like as if we are a bunch of jokers? We cannot distinguish the fact that what is going on here in our own very eyes, this is just a complete joke. These people you are all crowding, shouting, doing all this thing. It's a dead end, my group.
Tell me about it.
It's a situation whereby the country itself is clearly telling you that it just cannot hold.
I mean, you know, one of the things that actually gets me, somebody like me, Ken. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Then fella said one thing. He said, "Why do we continue to lie after lie, deceive ourselves over and over again, and thinking that we can continue to sustain that those negative things, the lie, the deception."
I mean, we're going to need a lot of lies to cover the old lies, and we're going to need more lies to cover the covering lies. Then we're going to need more lies to cover the covering lies, and it's an endless one until everybody gets used to just lying.
It is absolutely, it's so sad. And to cap it off, what was the other one? Then when they were launching, they said the blue line something on Lagos, the blue line train something. And I said to myself, again, it still boils down to the same thing, and everybody has been saying the temple of truth. That what is the point of building, constructing things? That you do that, and then you have no maintenance culture. You don't have a plan in place to keep those things in maintenance structure. And then you do all those things, and then you make sure that the umbrella they are infused into the campaign period, and then you bring your president, your lifeless president anyway. You bring that one, then you are using that as a platform to say.
To say you're going to do the same thing all over Nigeria. Do you want me to tell you what is going to happen to that blue line Sanwo-Olu is building, right? They've got more coaches, okay? But you remember how BRT started? Do you still remember?
I do.
If you don't, I can play some bit of a reminder. Okay, I'll tell you a few, right? Just for the sake of our listeners. Okay, so when they started the BRT, Tinubu, it started in 2006, just so close to another election. Around that time, it did two things. This is history. Two things before that 2007. In 2006, precisely, it said they want to harmonize and reform the transportation sector in Lagos. But it was difficult to say it was going to scrap Agbero. Then he said, no. What we are doing is that we are going to create a corridor on the, we are not going to take your route or your downfall route. No, we're not going to touch that. We're going to create a corridor. But where would you create a corridor? On Federal Road. That's a federal government road. How are you going to do that? Before having that conversation or conclusion, people didn't know that Tinubu was already like applying to raise bond loan to start BRT. You get that now? So, in order to even make people so cajole, it's not new to cajole people, to brainwash them very, very well. The 2006-2007 AC campaign at the time was, BRF, BRT, Babatunde Fashola, BRT, Bus Rapid Transport. It was meant to be a Lagos State government project then. Ken. It was meant to be a Lagos State government project, right? So the then took loan of 50 billion naira. 50 billion naira loan.
Jesus.
Now, that 50 billion naira loan was taken by Lagos State government. And you know when they took that loan? It was when Fashola came. It was Fashola that started building all those BRT lanes, not Tinubu. But he had the idea. And when the money on the loan they wanted to take on the BRT will mature, it was Fashola. Now, they took the loan in the name of Lagos State government, okay? And Lagos State people, including the payment and everything. Underneath, under the ground, under the table, they have a company they have already set up, okay? This company is like me saying, Ken, you'll be chairman, I'll be deputy chairman. The name of our company is going to be this, and this is 50 billion for you, okay? You will be in charge of that BRT. It's a private business. It's not government business. Forget it. They now give that billion to them. They call them, is it called Prima or Primus or something? Consortium. Just like Alpha Beta. Okay? So, BRT in Lagos, that they started with a public bond that Lagos State is still paying for, was given to a private company. So that's what will happen to that blue line or red line or whatever line you are seeing. The project, according to them, they said the project was meant to be $350 million. Ken, do you know that finally that they are doing the first phase of it? It is now costing them about $2 billion. And it's not even like completed. It's not useful now. Do you get that? Finally, when they do say they are done, they've completed, now then you go hear the name of the owners. The Lagos State government is not the owner. Even though they are borrowing the money in the name of Lagos. So, don't
be surprised.
Ken.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that those companies handling that project or who
I remember the name now. Primero. The name is Primero. That's the company that owns BRT in Lagos. The company that they took a loan of 50 billion in the name of Lagos State government and gave to. Guess the owner of that Primero company that owned BRT.
Tell me. I'll be surprised if I know.
Tinubu's cousin is the owner of Primero.
There you go. There you go.
So don't Lagosians are just like that, okay? So in another 2-3 years, you are going to hear the names like it may be Remita. You know that his wife is Remy,
Yes.
And you have Alpha. Baba, see that Tinubu, now mafia, correct mafia. We be like people deserve to learn a lesson. Do you understand that now? They need to learn a lesson. He has a company, right? That is so similar. It's not linked to him, but people said it's his company too. And they are doing the same thing that Alpha Beta is doing. Collecting taxes. Listen to this, Ken. Listen to this. Alpha Beta has been collecting taxes in Lagos for the past, for about 18 years now, uninterrupted. Okay? Now, They said they have improved the IGR of Lagos. Alpha Beta is taking 10% of all the money they generate from the tax in Lagos, okay? Do you know something?
Wow.
Wait now. Do you know something? When APC Egbekegbe came in, some states in northern Nigeria and some states in southwest Nigeria, they were dragged into signing up with Alpha Beta to help them collate their tax and improve their tax like they did in Lagos. Do you know what happened there? 4 years or so after that business, all these states, no money. Rather, Alpha Beta is standing trial for accusation that they are being investigated for corruption of over 270 billion naira coming from all these places that they are involved in. They collected revenue. They didn't remit them. No account, no nothing. Now they are asking them. Go, see, all I'm saying, Ken, just grab your phone and type Alpha Beta court case with EFCC. Go and read about it. All of these are outside Lagos now, outside Lagos where they are involved, which means that robbing Peter to pay Paul, they call economics IGR generation in Lagos, is a cesspool of corruption, okay? The day the whole thing will come to light, a lot of people posting Tinubu's picture on their poster today, they will realize how much they have done to them. And I'm not going to be here to remind them anyway. Yeah. Okay. No, we are talking about corruption. We know all these things, right? So when you can't witness all of this and then turn around and say, God will shame all of you, Tinubu will become your president. It's not to my own, it's not to my own disadvantage. Listen, when APC came in 2015, Ken, a pound sterling to a naira was 230 naira. Do you understand? Officially, it was 205 naira officially. Today, I am changing a pound sterling for over 950 naira, which means Bokwari and APC, they made me richer by destroying Nigeria economy. You know that?
Yes.
They made me richer in 8 years. I'm richer than I was 7 years ago. Because they destroyed Nigeria economy. Some of them don't think so. So vote Bokwari, vote anybody you want, do whatever you want. It is not to my own disadvantage. It's probably just going to make the journey easier. Ken, thanks for the evening.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you. Wait it out. It's a waiting game. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, man.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for asking. So how are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Well,
I have a lot to say. I've been hearing you for the past week now. It's like I'm piling.
We're not supposed to make calls.
I don't know how you guys. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how do you do it. Yeah.
Go on. I was saying something there. Like I wasn't expecting to be on the phone calls tonight, but here we are taking calls and having chats. So yeah. I didn't hear what you said. You were saying something earlier. Go on.
I said something. I said that each time I listen to you, I have my own questions piled every day, every week, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But when I eventually get through, it's like I won't be able to say all at the same time.
Well,
now,
you
what
can
I want
always
to
start
say,
from anywhere. You know, there's something called the conversation starter. Pick it from anywhere. I'll follow. I'll read.
Anywhere.
Or what I know. Go on, sir. Yeah.
I know. No, first of all, Mr. Taiwo that just spoke from America, Mexico. I don't know where he is.
Yes. Mexico.
You see, we don't have to compare where we are. For instance, I'm in UK. We don't have to. If we decided to compare with what we are seeing here with Nigeria, we get mad.
I know.
We will run mad. You see, what happened is we have to come to their own level because of we are more advanced than them.
Yes.
Speak to them and see the way you can get them. Yes. For instance, this man was saying about camera. These people doesn't have camera, but they tried. They did their best to go out. Come on. It's not easy in Nigeria there.
It's not.
Without this idiot. They don't know what gun is. They just carry it. They don't know how to operate this gun. They just carry it. All this madness everywhere.
I know.
Where are they going to get the money to buy camera? Whoever is doing this, even they're contributing. You can just become. You cannot be university and talking and saying blah blah blah. We have to do this. We have to do that. Look, even the one we were doing, You know, it's not everybody that is talking that is watching you go to contribute.
I know.
But we try as much as possible to effort. Now, the only thing how we can change that system is to from the grassroots.
Yes.
There's nothing we can do. Telling me putting camera everywhere or whatever. These are madness. I don't know.
No, I mean it wasn't saying put everywhere. It was like when you are going out like that, yeah. We should have you know, a bit of coverage that can capture all these attacks for if they ever happen.
There's no way we can have that coverage. I understand. There's no place, and there's no way we can have all those good hair. Even this little phone we are using is still working for us. Okay. Now, all I know is that Nigeria has got to a level that it's not that the Nigeria is the people that is so bad. You know, when I got to this country, I could be surprised when I went to one of these houses in the country that I can see Yoruba in this country 25 years ago.
Wow.
And there's something like that. You're happy you see anything like that in Nigeria.
No anymore. I mean,
so it's not sweet. It is sweet that for that country. Country is a beautiful place and nice. Now, I'm telling you, when I got here as well, 3 stations in Nigeria, TV, Lagos LTV, about 5 stations or 6 stations in Lagos. Even one station from
all of them just started as one go, but
in Lagos.
Look at the land now. It's gone so shoko that everybody is just like we don't even understand anybody anymore. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's a mess. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's a really mess. Because it's the people that spoil all this. So it's not that we're going to start blaming every one of us. It's those leaders we're going to pick. I can still remember when Awolowo was campaigning.
Yes.
I don't know if you can get this copy of Awolowo campaign. It will express itself. It will tell you everything he wants to do.
Which is the normal.
And later, you don't have to conclude anything. You don't have to compare other people. I still listen to it. I still come to my memory when he was complaining what he did with MPN. Come on. So these are the things you said to yourself. Look, don't let us look at it because we are in an advanced world. I start telling them this is not the people that did this. It is all these leaders.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
You understand what I'm saying? I understand how that man is feeling.
Yeah, go on.
You understand? I know how he's feeling, but let's come down a level and say, look, what about me? Because, for instance, what you are doing now, I'm looking at you. I've not made my own contribution, but I know where I'm going to come in. I know what you are lacking, and I'm going to come in. I know what I'm doing.
I can't wait to.
I want you to. By next week, I know there's certain things you are lacking. I'm not going to say it on here now. And I'm going to come to make my own contribution. It's a challenge to me.
Exactly.
So that's why I want a leader to come in.
So we need all ourselves to not pass blame, not try to make it look like some people are not. You know what I mean? Just do your little part.
I know.
Yeah. Do your little part and make sure that what you are doing is effective too. I like that. I like that.
It has effect on it, yes. Because as you carry people along, you look at them because some people you are more advanced than them. It is you that have to come down. You want to carry them along. It is you that will have to come down.
You have to come to their level. Break it down.
Exactly.
Sometimes if you have to hold their hand to make it.
I could remember people. Yeah, I could remember. Yeah, I could remember my mom from Mushin to the motor. Two way of say, when you go my place, you see the one of my people, you buy my nothing will happen to them. Wasn't that in Lagos?
It was.
So everything went to everything changed.
Everything just went.
And that method can still coming. Now, if the column was there's something like that again. So this development we are here have to put that impact in step.
In stages too.
Yeah. We are more advanced.
I agree.
We are more advanced. Don't let us compare ourselves with them at all.
No.
Because whether you are trying to push them or you are trying to show up. No.
Do you get that? Like, that's why I said that sometimes, you have good intention, sincere mind. You want to say something that you believe is going to be helpful. But let me tell you something. In this kind of situation, you just have to weigh everything. Because once you say it out, right, you can't take it back. And people who hear them, now you want something to be sorted, but only for it to get even more complicated. I said, you see, when I did my first series, second series, and third series, I knew what the backlashes would be, but I knew that if I have to say anything, I have to say something that is true and factual. So that even when people are angry with me, They will just say, well, he didn't lie anyway. You know what I mean? I'm just angry with him that he's the one saying it. But they will still be able to say, well, he's not lying. Or, you know what I mean? So, which means my good intention can still mean something different to other people, even though I mean well. So that's why I said that, I get what you mean. That we should not just do our part, do it as much as you can,
as much as,
and let everybody do
because about if you
without having
exactly if you start comparing we that we here with those people over there, we will just be mad. You know what, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have to let them come to their own level and speak to them. So look, this, because we are more advanced, explain to them. That's the way I say. Okay.
Thank you for actually
now that's number. Sorry about that.
So why did you tell me that you don't know where you want to start from when you actually knew where you want to say?
I'm not told you exactly. I don't know where to start from.
You said
because I first come back for people.
When I come on,
those guys that were key yesterday.
Well, that's not true.
those boys were key yesterday. You know, I mean, I first so proud for them.
I know. I mean, I actually feel so bad that a life was lost.
Exactly.
But for somebody like me,
but they're making efforts.
I just felt like it's preventable. Sure, you get. I mean, no matter.
I know.
But you can't say. I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, sincerely speaking, they were not unruly. They were not creating any problem. They were just gathered and they were attacked. So that's enough. Even if you don't agree, if some of us don't agree with the style that pushed them out there, right? Knowing what we know, nobody deserves to die like that. Forget it. Nobody. So that's why I said we must all condemn that. And out of concern, that's why they said there should always be a bit of a security for them. Security is not just about providing people to guide them. It's also providing them security information, okay, that will likely prevent them from in any, you know what I mean? But like you said, we must learn to listen to ourselves without having to blame anybody. And then,
exactly, just along and that
together. I like
we are more advanced here. Just come to their level. Yeah. Then again, let me ask you, what happened to this Sunday step? I mean, I remember when you want to start the series, you said you want to invite him, but later it doesn't show in the series.
And
it doesn't come up
so much. I don't think he needed to come on Mayegun anymore. Yeah, because you see, events back then, right? We were thinking that we could, in a way, help sort of change that public image where people are dropping his name everywhere. And when they drop his name everywhere, they drop his name with follow-up threats. You get what I mean? Like, well, Loye, we do, and we're like, we could save this at the time, and at the same time, even help behind the scene too, right? But it seems that there was so much going on that if we begin to unleash them publicly, right, it's likely not going to also end well. You know what I mean? So we should just leave it the way it is and let the time.
We know, I know everybody keeping your own ideas and keeping your own ideas. From there, we get something.
But there's no any problem. He said, in fact, to give you the right answer, okay, he said he was advised against coming or going public like that because of some deals behind this and all that stuff, okay? And most importantly, I think they are more afraid of the number of people and the type of people that actually watches Mayegun. It could become more implicating, whatever he says here and all that. So, and I kind of respect that. Sure, you get it. So it doesn't really matter anymore. Doesn't really matter anymore.
I know. I thought whatever you guys decide is what is that. We know you guys must have done a lot of come to conclusions and arrive at certain things. I say, look, if you don't want, I don't disagree on that decision.
I know there's so much going on.
So I'm going to call you behind anytime when I'm ready. There's certain things I know you guys are you are lacking, and I want to come in. That's my own thing. I don't make my own publications like that. I know what I'm going to do.
Don't wait till we begin to suffer that lack.
I will. But next week you hear from me. I'm going to test you, okay, and tell you my own side of this. So what I think you guys are lacking, and where I can come in. Okay.
Yes, Baba. Thank you very much.
Take care.
You have a good one.
Thank you very much.
So I mean, let's call it a night, okay? People have a chance of you too, you have a chance to come in and speak your mind. That's one thing about the Temple of Truth, okay? You may even don't like me, disagree with me, but you will find me very, very interesting to speak to if you call in and say, well, I don't like you, my ego, I don't like you, this or that. If you call in and you speak to me, if you hear my voice, this is not you listening to me on your TV or on your phone. If you call in and you have a conversation with me, the beautiful thing is that I am likely going to agree with you, just to make you feel good, because it's your voice, it's your point. I don't want to ruin it, and therefore, if you present it in a way that even me can make it conversational, trust me, you are welcome. And that's something on my Egun's Diary political, that makes it more interesting. So thank you to everybody who turned up tonight, and thank you to that donor. I got one donation. I'm not going to announce it, so I'll wait till the next time. We are going to be doing our update. So thank you. I've seen your donation here. It's showing up. And I say, God bless you. A lot of people can see it too. Go on to the Give Send Go and check it out. And you too can be part of this, okay? So tomorrow, I am going to, except if there's something so breaking news or big stuff and all that. But tomorrow, I'm going to implore you to join me to participate in our continued fundraiser for this particular project, okay? This is not us asking you to give anybody money, okay? We are asking you to support a child, all right? Yeah, it's up to you. If you don't feel like it make any sense, I understand. This one may not make sense to you. Another one may make sense to you, okay? But nevertheless, to everybody who wants to be part of it, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to raise the fund again. And we are following on our target of 30 million, 20 million, whatever millions we're going to raise more. We already have at least 5 million, sorry. What am I saying? 7 million naira. 7 million naira means 1/3 of all we need to procure 100,000 copies of exercise book for school children, right? You can help us make that dream come true. No force, no coercion, no nothing, all voluntary. Would you join us? Would you? Great. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. And remember, hypocrisy is the worst thing you can do to yourself. And if you don't know that being hypocrite about Nigeria has contributed to whatever you are facing or going through right now in Nigeria, directly and indirectly, right? Well, you should watch this from the beginning again. And when they pray for you, that your life should be like your life and the life of your children should be exactly what the criminals you are supporting are wishing for Nigeria. Just say amen. I mean, can't you pray for those you are willing to go and give the certificate of your slavery or renewing the certificate of your slavery with? Don't bite me, okay? Just go and look for one of your criminal leaders to bite. Because at the end of the day, hypocrisy is also known as the key ingredient to self-immolation. Is that a word? Self-immolation. No. Self-destruction is called the self-destruct button. Press on. If you survive it, I can always use you as an example to those coming behind you. Never to do what you are doing. Never to make the same mistake you are making. Never to make themselves a willing liability or a willing accomplice. Yes, a willing accomplice, rather. To those who have no good intention for you, all the best. Your choice. And good night from me. I'm going to see you tomorrow, especially the Yoruba Unionists. Don't forget that. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ dódódódó.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ dódódódó.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí #1.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi #1.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.